if you're looking at it now, if you had to say, okay, right back is the only spot that Timothy Weah can play and the only spot that Sergino Dest can play, and you have to pick one, I don't think there's too many people that are going to pick Sergino Dest at this point.
What do you think is Tim Weah's best position? Let's just start overall. Where do you think his best position is overall? But that might not be the same answer for where you think his best position is with Juventus.
I think his best position is as a winger, attacking players. But it was Eindhoven last week, right, where he played as the right back, man, and he was cooking with gasoline the entire game. I mean, he was picking moments to get forward. He got around the corner a few times. I think sometimes when you have a winger in front of you and you've got the pace he has, and if you get the timing right, you can actually be more dangerous getting around the corner, where instead if you're a guy that's going at players 1v1, the opposition, right, is setting things up to maybe bring some help, and then they slow you down a little bit. But I think his best position is as a winger. I think ultimately that's where he ends up in his career. But as you guys talked about, the guys played everywhere. And at Juventus, Thiago Motta, he's done it with Weston McKennie. As we said before, like, he's not afraid. Those are the two guys in the team. They happen to be two American players that he's not afraid to put anywhere on the field, which is amazing to me.
So we had Rafa in the chat. What's up, Rafa? Thanks for your support. He said he had a hot take, Chuck, and I wanted your take on this hot take. He said that Weah offers more at right back for the U.S. than Dest.
Very different players in terms of how they can create. I think Weah is a better defender than Sergino Dest.
Right.
Going forward, you could say they're comparable, but Sergino Dest is a little bit better going forward in terms of his ability to beat you on the
1v1?
dribble 1v1, right? Yeah. But Timothy Weah is very good going forward. So if you're looking at it now, if you had to say, okay, right back is the only spot that Timothy Weah can play and the only spot that Sergino Dest can play, and you have to pick one, I don't think there's too many people that are going to pick Sergino Dest at this point, because especially coming off a long-term injury. So you're going with form, and you're going with someone who is proving himself in Serie A, so at a massive club, and he's playing Champions League. So at this point, I'd want both of them on the pitch. But if you had to pick one, that's not much of a hot take. Come on, Rafa, give me a real hot take.
So actually, I wouldn't be mad if we came into the Nations League semifinal and we had Jedi at left back and Tim Weah at right back. I wouldn't be mad about that at all. We can leave the conversation for our center backs and goalkeeper a little bit later. Tyler Adams is in there for sure.
But what I would say is, don't you think Timothy Weah is a better attacking player for the U.S. men's national team because he
is? But if you're going to bring Weston up as if you have Sargent up as your 9, and you have McKennie as one of your inverted wingers as a 10, and Christian's the other one at the top of the box, or however you want to use the
two
wingers.
10s and 2 wingers. You have two 10s,
okay.
2 wingers,
and then you have then you have Tyler as one of the 6s. Then I assume we're going to say Yunus Musa would be the other one.
So who's the left winger?
Well, it would be you have your wing backs.
He played
you
2
need one
wingers.
more center back. Yeah, you're right. Well, that just gives you the opportunity then to.
So here, I'll throw this in there for you. If he's going to do what he did with Jedi, that whole come into the midfield thing, which left, I guess it was Tim Ream. Who was the center back again with him? And then it was Scally. Oh, it was McKenzie, right? It was Tim Ream, McKenzie, and Joe Scally. Is Tim Weah still your right back?
Well, didn't he be a wing back? No, I mean,
no, because Joe Scally
he would tuck in as the Joe Scally rule. He tuck in,
right? Yeah, because Joe Scally was technically started as the right.
I wouldn't want him
right
there.
And to build off Tony's point, would you want Sergino Dest as?
No, I wouldn't want that either.
Your center back? No. So
no.
I honestly, I think it depends on the team you're playing. And I think that's great about those two players is, let's say you're a team that's dominating possession and you can throw those guys high up the pitch and both can go, and Tyler sits and you're playing with a diamond. I mean, a triangle with the Tyler and the 2 center backs. And you're probably going to be playing against one player. And then Tyler also has to be aware of any one other player, whether either wing, who wants to break out on a counter. But you feel pretty safe with 3v2 in that situation versus maybe you're playing against a team that's more dominant with the ball. You got to sit back, but you have the flexibility of countering on both sides, whether it's with Sergino Dest or Tim Weah or with Anthony Robinson with the outside backs and then just bombing forward. I like the flexibility when you're talking about having two dynamic outside backs who can get forward.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I'm curious as to where Yunus Musa slots in and obviously where Tim Weah gets used, even though we've seen him be a left winger for us in a previous game against Jamaica. Chris Richards is a shout for someone that could play maybe that hybrid Joe Scally role as opposed to Joe Scally himself. But yeah, big conversation overall. All right, let's get into the center backs a little bit. I know I'm the resident center back, but I want everybody's thoughts on this, so hit us up in the chat too. We've seen Cameron Carter-Vickers. We've seen Austin Trusty. Harry Kane had quite a few opportunities in that first leg at Celtic Park. I assume he's going to get a whole bunch more in leg 2. Is there anything that those two guys can do for you two in particular that could change your mind?
Jimmy, time out. You're the center back. You tell us what you.
But I'm also hosting. I'm trying to give some context. Well, I'll come back around.
I'm flipping it back to you first. So I'm gonna put the question to you. Austin Trusty, Cameron Carter-Vickers. Who did you like more? Who was quicker to react?
I actually liked Austin Trusty more. I liked Austin Trusty a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. Why?
He looks healthier, to be honest. I feel like he covers more ground and does more things. Now I feel like CCV has probably has a little bit more presence as like an experienced defender, and maybe demonstrates more leadership qualities in that sense. Obviously, he's been with the club longer and has earned that respect and that right to be a leader. I think Austin's still trying to grow into that. I think having a left footer is advantageous. And then I also have recency bias. Cameron Carter-Vickers hasn't looked good for us in his last performances for the U.S. And if Austin's looking slightly better in a Champions League game against a good opponent, and he's a little younger and a little bit more vibrant and healthy, then I think that's the guy that you want to go with.
That's what I wanted out of you. Give me something, Jimmy, from the center back spot. Well done.
I did.
You
Thank
rose
you
up
very
to
much.
The challenge and you beasted the center,
cleared it out.
Center forward. You cleared it out.
I cleared it out, and I got Big Tones yelling at me. Great clearance, So it's. But I know you're sad. We've come to the end of the video. But if you want more average to good content from your favorite former U.S. men's national team players, this is the channel to make it happen. Go look at our other videos. Go look at our playlists. And if you want more of the content, the best way to make that happen is to hit like, hit subscribe, and then turn on all of your notifications so that you do not miss anything that we drop or when we go live or whatever it may be. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.